The honourable member for Halifax Citadel Sable Island.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Premier. I was glad to see that one of the first actions of this government was to designate September 30th as Truth and Reconciliation Day, but was dismayed the Premier stopped short of making it a paid day for all workers. Taking this extra step would confirm that the Premier recognizes the weight and importance of this day by ensuring that everyone in Nova Scotia is able to pause and consider the legacy of colonialism and our past, present, and future relationship with Indigenous peoples. Mr. Speaker, will the Premier commit to turning this important day into a statutory holiday so that all Nova Scotians can have the opportunity to stop and reflect?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank the member for the question. There's always a lot of discussion around statutory holidays and the ramifications, but what I will say is that this was an important day. I'm very proud that we as a province recognized it, and I'm proud of the work that the minister is doing. There's lots of things we can do in this province to respect the traditions and the cultural importance of the community, and we'll continue to work on those things.
The honourable member for Halifax Citadel Sable Island.
Mr. Speaker, naming a holiday and attending a flag raising are more or less straightforward actions. Many of the contents of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report calls to action fall squarely within the jurisdiction of this province and others, and will require significant focus and dedicated work that must be undertaken. Indigenous people represent about 6% of the population of Nova Scotia, but comprise 12% of youth in correction facilities and 7% of adults sentenced to jail. This is why the TRC report calls on governments to commit to eliminating the overrepresentation of Aboriginal people in custody over the next decade and to issue detailed reports that monitor and evaluate progress in doing so. Mr. Speaker, what specific actions will the Premier be taking to address the overrepresentation of Indigenous peoples in the justice system of Nova Scotia?
The Honourable Premier.
Okay. These are important issues, and there's a lot of work to be done. What I would say is I wouldn't minimize. The member may minimize some of the actions that we've taken as a government, but I know that the community hasn't. But there's lots of work to do, certainly around justice issues, no question. But I just asked the member to just recognize that the actions that we've taken, the steps we start to take, they're part of a process. They're part of a long road. Please don't minimize the steps we've taken right off the hop, though.